back to another JoyPad music reaction video here on the JoyPad channel. Today I'll be checking out a previously unreleased track by the pop group Lucius, or Lucius, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. If you haven't heard of Lucius before, I would suggest you check them out. Um, I know it's more than just the two lead singers, but they're kind of like the focal points. It's Jess Wolf and Holly Letzig, and also they have a drummer and producer and a lead guitarist. I think a great place to start would be to check out the Tiny Desk concert they did. That's probably like the best performance that I've seen of them. But they're pop artists, and their uh, sense of like vocal harmonies is just magnificent. As far as I know, this track is just unreleased. I'm not sure if it's from WIldewoman or I can't remember what the. That's weird because WIldewoman was their first album that I didn't listen to as much. Show what was Good Grief. That's the album I know them for. So I'm not quite sure where this falls into their chronology, uh, but I'm gonna check it out, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully I enjoy it. So let's go. Let's do it.
He's gotten out of his box again. Made his way into the house and always finds a way to interrupt my day. Leave me wondering. I turn him off and back on again. I could unplug him, but I can't keep from tuning in. Sound of his voice makes my heart jump. He is such a mystery, an invader, but I find me with my ear pressed to the door. Wonder if he knows that I'm listening. 'Cause the air is thick, it's a magic trick, and the songs he plays are a game of charade. I'm caught in a daze. Is he talking to me? I hear him in the other. I hear him in the other. He is such a mystery, an invader, but I find me with my ear pressed to the door. Have you been, sweetheart? I've been missing you. Where have you gone to now? Where have you been, sweetheart? Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to now? Here in the other. He is such a mystery, an invader, but I find me with my ear pressed to the door. Here in the other. He is such a mystery, an invader, but I find me with my ear pressed to the door.
Whoa, I'll have to check that out. So that was an interesting song because I wasn't too huge into it as it started, but it seemed to get more almost more frantic as it went on. I don't know if the tempo actually sped up or if that was just an illusion because the drums kind of became more busy and more complex. I feel like that's probably more what it was, but there was also some interesting bass work in there, and I don't know if they used session basis or if they had, a bassist at the time. And also, I think I think they've also been referred to. I think of them as like indie pop, but I think they've also been referred to as like um, country pop, which I don't really see, but I could hear maybe some like country influences. It sounded like there was maybe some banjo type stuff going on. That doesn't necessarily make them a country pop band. It just means that they have a little bit of that influence in their music. Um, I mean, I don't think it's particularly a standout track from other things I've heard from them before. I could see why it was, an unreleased track. I don't think it's some of their best work. That doesn't mean that I think it's a bad track. I think it's a perfectly fine track. I just I don't know, it didn't do much for me like a lot of their other music does. So, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't huge into it. There were some interesting things there. My thing is I like them at their most when they're doing interesting things vocally, and this there wasn't much there. Like, I mean, they're fine singers. It was a fine performance, but I've heard them do so much more. Um, so this was kind of like just this is a fine song, like an average song by them. Whereas I've heard much above average songs from Lucius. So my suggestion is if you thought this song was if you're sharing my thoughts on this song, let me put it that way, that it was just kind of like okay, you know, nothing hugely amazing, I would suggest checking out some of their other stuff. Um, My Heart Got Caught on Your Sleeve is an amazing song, and like I said, the Tiny Desk Concert by them I find to be phenomenal. You saw a suggested video pop up that made me excited. It's them covering Teardrop by Massive Attack. So I definitely want to check that out, which I will do on my own time. But if you want to check that out, you can feel free to do so. Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay song. I've heard better from them, so that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I think it was perfectly fine. I think it was okay. Let me know what you thought down below. If you haven't heard of Lucius, please go check out some songs that are not this one. And if you like this one, prepare to be impressed by their other work. And I think that's about it. If you have any requests, you can leave them down below. And I am sure that I will get to them unless YouTube blocks me, which has happened a couple times. But that's about it. I hope you have a wonderful night and or day wherever you're at. And that's it. Until the next video, I just ask that you stay joyful. And I'll see you then. Bye bye.